Well, many New Year's resolutions revolve around weight loss, right? Especially after the chaos the holiday can bring and all that extra food you find lying around you just want to nibble on. But today, we go in depth with an expert on how to stay healthy during a crazy time of year.
Okay, Matt, so routine shifts. You know, you're on a routine, things change. How do you keep up with a fitness routine and schedule when your schedule's all over the place?
Well, it gets tough. What I usually tell my clients is make a plan, prepare ahead of time. If you're not going to be able to get into the gym, make sure you're researching exercises you can do at home, workout programs that you can utilize at home, but try to make sure you are carving out time to get into the gym. If you are traveling, like let's say it's over the holidays and you are traveling, it's a good idea to research different gyms in the area where you'd be going. You can do a guest pass. It's a great way to kind of stick with your routine as much as possible.
That what you do?
I try to. It's tough as long as I prepare ahead of time. But it's also a good way to try some different things as well. There are fitness studios that offer daily classes, so it might be nice to kind of change things up, do a yoga class, do a spinning class.
What are some of the good, maybe quick workouts that are still effective that you have, suggestions for, during the holidays?
Well, there are high-intensity interval training workouts or interval training where you can maximize the efficiency of your workouts in a shorter duration. They work by keeping your heart rate at a higher level for a longer duration. And you basically work at a work rate for, let's say, 3 to 5 minutes at a high intensity, and you'll go down to a rest rate where you're either doing a little bit of work or just taking a rest completely.
I've heard that, you want to have at least, 30 minutes of kind of activity or exercise a day. And that could be a number of things, right?
Oh, correct. I mean, there are what we call activities of daily living where you're just, doing stuff in the yard, cleaning up the house. But we're looking at more generalized exercise. You need to challenge your body. You need to work your cardiovascular system. That means increasing your heart rate, which would be cardiovascular exercise, resistance training, things like that. So more specialized.
Oh, and that is so important with, of course, the holidays coming around and all the food we're going to be eating.
Correct, yeah.
I mean, Thanksgiving is just, That's one of the worst times. That's one of the worst seasons or holidays for me because I'm sitting there and I'm just eating and eating and eating. And when you're really working out hardcore, that's a good challenge, right?
Yeah.
How do you overcome that?
I think it's all about moderation. So, I mean, obviously during the holidays we're spending time with family. We should be having fun. We should be spending this time with our loved ones. So have fun, but just do it in moderation. And what I usually tell people is just stay as active as possible. If you can't get to the gym, remember, do these workouts at home, do your exercises at home. But if you're able to, carve out time to go into the gym. If you're traveling, try to go to some of those gyms that offer guest passes. That's the best way to stay on track. If you're not doing that, a lot of times you're not going to be able to get back into your normal routine when you come back.
What about doubling up on the workouts after the holidays?
So, this is a common kind of misconception. You think more is better. You think I was unhealthy over the holidays, I should do more, right? It's false.
Right.
It's not good to double up because what happens is, depending on your activity level, during that routine shift, you might end up coming back too hard. You may get burnt out. You may get hurt. So what we normally recommend is coming back into your routine slowly. We usually modify the resistance, modify the weight, or the intensity or the volume of the exercise. But as long as you're staying active over the holidays, it should be easy to shift back into your normal routine.
Okay, very good. Matthew Duffy, a clinical integration specialist at Health First Pro Health and Fitness Center. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
Enjoy the holidays.
You too.
All right.